Hi. Despite plummeting to an all-time unretrievable low in opinion polls and losing support from their once steadfast supporters, the Tory government is still showing and wallowing in its authoritarian streak. Sunak, the unelected multi-millionaire hobgoblin of a Prime Minister, is adding new powers to the already draconian police bill, enabling the police to deal with what are described as guerrilla tactics by protesters. In short, sit-downs and slow-moving demonstrations that deliberately cause disruption. This is aimed at peaceful, passive, non-violent protests where, anyway, the police are in uncontested close proximity, in what amounts in some cases to near frottage. When it's a middle-class type respectability that hardly oversteps the bounds, is more or less within permitted limits. This amendment will only rubber stamp what exists already, as the police can exercise powers that allow them to corral or disperse protests anytime, anywhere, anyway. But there's another form of street gathering that pays no heed to the laws drawn up by our rulers, the semi-insurrectionary, unpermitted one that takes the streets with the express intention of keeping as much distance as possible from the uniforms. That throws up obstacles, barricades, and disperses of its own accord to regroup and occupy space elsewhere, creating temporary liberated ground. In the present state of affairs, we have the right, so-called, to protest, assemble and demonstrate, as long as you don't, or unless you seek permission. The right of free speech, just as long as you don't really exercise it. We have a feudal capitalist society ruled by self-serving hypocrites. No way should we be asking them to allow us to express our discontent on the streets or anywhere else. We're going to have to do this if we don't want to be ground down further by the government, state or the ruling class. Is that, or go down without resistance into what amounts to, unless we fight back, to a somewhat deserved oblivion, impoverishment, increased domination by the forces that we're powerless to resist because we've given up without fighting back, dooming ourselves and future generations to an increasingly helpless dystopian non-existence. Bye.